Hey guys, welcome to the actual workbench. So let's go over some of the tools that you will have on your bench already. So, of course, you've got your X-Acto knife, hobby knife, whatever you want to call it. Make sure you got lots of blades. I'm guessing I'm going to go through quite a few of these. The wood's going to dull them pretty quick. Your cutters. I would probably recommend getting another set of cutters specifically for the project. Once again, you're going to dull these things using it on the ship, and you want to probably keep your ones for your regular plastic projects in good condition. Tweezers. There are a lot of little pieces that end up going on these things with rigging and so on. Some of the more extensive ships, the rigging, you're probably going to need the tweezers just to tie the little knots and everything else. Pin vices. Make sure you got a good pin vise with good bits. There's, once again, lots of little holes that have to be drilled to put these things together, run the rigging, so on. Your various sanding sticks, files, sandpaper. You're going to have all that, but make sure you get some sandpaper that's specifically for wood, and you want to get some medium to fine grit sandpaper to make sure you sand these things up properly. If you took shop class, you're going to, be using some of the things you learned probably a long time ago. Some of the stuff that you probably won't be using on your regular plastic models now is a straight edge metal ruler, preferably a small one. That way it doesn't get in the way too much when you're having to make small cuts. You'll have to use these for trimming some of the boards and so on. So a small one's definitely advantageous. A digital caliper. You could probably get by without this, but some of the boards are so close in size and they are not marked. You have to go to a call out list where it'll reference a number and then it references the actual size of the piece of wood that you have to use. So definitely going to be worth using one of these. If you can borrow one, great. Saves you having to buy one because they're not the cheapest thing to buy, but it's definitely going to come in handy. A small miter box and saw for cutting the wood. Once again, going to come in really handy for making angled and straight cuts. You can also use this. I've used this to cut multiple boards to the same length at the same time to save time on the project overall. Another thing you're going to need is some various small wood clamps. You can get away. I have a few of them. They're just the little clips that you use for holding chip bags together, or you could use, if you have them, those little office bulldog clips, but you're going to need some clamps of some sort to hold pieces of wood in place while the wood dries. You've got your glues. You're going to need a carpenter's type glue, but you're going to need a super glue as well. Some of the parts you're going to have to, you don't have a choice, you're going to have to glue them real quick in place. Just the nature of the construction. With the carpenter's glue, you're going to want a crappy old paintbrush to put the glue on, and make sure you keep a little cup of water just to thin out or clean the brush when you're using that white glue. Other thing you're going to need that's you're definitely not going to have is one of these pin setters. These things, the pins are almost like a tiny little nail. They fit in here and you drive it in. Super handy tool to use. I haven't actually started using it yet. That step is coming up next week. but I shudder to think what the construction would be like if I didn't have this tool. On sort of a side note or secondary benefit is this tool has actually been useful in curving some of the boards that need to be bent. Now when you're curving these boards and so on, they have to be soaked in water. Dry wood does not bend very well, so you're going to want to make sure that you have a container or containers large enough to put these various boards in. Obviously, containers of that size. Some of these boards are 16 and 18 inches long. They're not fitting on this workbench. I actually am not building this project on my regular plastic bench, as it just will not fit. I'm doing it on a table that I have in my shop. But bending the wood, I've just put it on here and just slowly, sort of knead and work the board till I get it to the desired curve. So this tool has actually become very worth the money spent on it. And as I said, you're going to need some sort of container to soak the wood in. When you're soaking the wood, a recommendation, put a drop or two of liquid dish soap in there. The dish soap will help break up the water tension, and it will actually penetrate into the wood just a little bit faster. So there you have it, guys. That's tools that you're going to need for completing this project that you either have on your bench or things that you're going to have to consider investing in. I will say at this point, I probably have as much invested in additional tooling as I did as the kit itself cost. But once you have these things, if you're planning on building more of these, obviously, once you've got it in your kit, you will not need them again. Thanks for stopping by, guys.